Hey y'all, Frances here, and I have kind of a continuation from a project I started in my recent Temu haul. I started kind of playing around with the stuff and I'm like, no, I've got to make a video on its own for this, or that video would have been like 3.5 hours long. So what we've got here is a production assistant who's opening the door. I guess that's her, I don't know. She doesn't have very good manners, so pardon that if she starts rummaging around in the room. We've got some fabric here. I thought I had black fabric. I don't know how I don't. I've got this kind of grayish thing. I don't know if it's supposed to be for like some kind of quilting thing. I don't know, but it's not like a normal fabric. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but that's the only black I could find. I've got this fabric from Walmart. I bought it a long time ago and never used it. I thought it was black when I was getting it out of my drawer, but it is clearly not black, but I do still like the pattern on it. And then I've got some just kind of like denim material, but this is for patches. So again, it's not normal denim, but I don't know that that'll make a difference with what we're going to do. Okay, and as for materials, I'm going to keep it simple. In that previous video, I had tried a couple different glues, and this was the one that really worked. Fabri-Tac. I think mine's old because it dries like instantly. Maybe that's how all Fabri-Tac works. I don't know. I haven't used it enough to know for sure, but I have like seconds to work with it before it's no longer glue. I've just got my bone folder, a gift card just so that I can spread the glue, something I don't care about. These are little samples of what I had done in that other video. I thought these would look super cute on any kind of journal or collage, whatever, when you're making your ephemera. These are nail, I don't know if you'd call it decals or whatever, but it is just like sheets of things that you put over your nails after you paint them. The obvious thing would be, Frances, why don't you just use the stuff that makes that paper adhere, or the images adhere? But I don't have it, and I don't know exactly what to get. If Amazon is leading me correctly, I don't really feel like spending another $10 to $12 on a bottle of something that may or may not work. So we're just going to stick with Fabri-Tac. I've got a few different kind of images. This down underneath, I also tried in that other video. This is a temporary tattoo. It didn't work with the glue. Part of it has glue on it, kind of up there. You can kind of see it. So I'm going to actually use water this time like you're supposed to. And I'm going to try putting that on fabric, see how that works. And then over here, we just have rub-ons. These are all from Dollar Tree. I'm assuming this will work well. This is what I had thought the nail rub-on decal things were going to be, but it's actually not at all because I didn't know what I was doing. But we're going to try and still use it because we bought it. And, I mean, where did my little scraps go? I really like this. You can't tell what the pattern was, but it's just kind of like a little splash of color. So I'm going to kind of get set up here and we'll get started. Quick interruption to our normal video here. This is the bringer of chaos in my life. I love her more than words can even say. She is an ultimate sad girl right now because she did not want to be in the living room by herself, and her brother's in his room playing Xbox, and she doesn't like closed doors. So this is who is interrupting mid-video so that she can join in on the fun. Look at that sad girl. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so I think what I want to start with first is this tattoo. There are no directions on this. So I'm functioning off of 10-year-old Frances's knowledge of temporary tattoos. And I'm going to assume that we use water. So this could be a disaster. I don't know. Don't pay attention to the gross water in there. This is what we're working with. My not a sponge. This is just like the lining of a box that I had sitting around. Oh boy. I think it's too soon to do any kind of lifting, but we're going to get this nice and saturated. Oh, that's a fun sound. It's too soon. I need to put it on there and let it be. The way that this paper is kind of peeling up, the little like balls of paper, I'm wondering if it isn't just supposed to rub off. I don't know. I need to just let it sit. No, I don't. Look, 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 look. Oops. It worked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Dab it a little bit to make sure it sticks. I need a paper towel. Guys, look at that, it's stuck. Now the real test will be when it dries, can I tear it? Or is it just going to rip into shreds? We'll see. Okay, let me move this out of here. And let's move on to experiment number 2. Well, semi-experiment. I know it kind of works, but I haven't got the process completely down yet. Wrong side. I experimented with this kind of purpley, just kind of fun, but maybe I should insert Jeopardy music here. I feel like I want to do this. Gonna have lots going on there. So what I do with these, I'm just going to, you don't want to use too much. That's another thing that I learned. You need to go kind of easy. And then smear it to get kind of an even layer. Then we're going to take this, lay it down. I've got a little too close to my tattoo. I like how the Fabri-Tac rolls off my fingers. I also might be 3 years old. Wood glue is actually my favorite glue of all time to peel off my fingers, in case you ever needed to know that about me. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to leave that sit for just a minute. We're going to let that sit and kind of dry. Let's try it on denim. I kind of like this cartoony bit for the denim. So let's kind of lay that out. Now, since this is a patch, I don't think I'm going to be able to tear it like I want to. Like this, you know, just make yourself a little slit and rip your fabric. But maybe I can still kind of fray the edges of it to kind of give me that desired look. Okay, where's my thingy? Here's my thingy. Okay, let's come back to this guy and see if we've got any more. Look at that. Nice. Really like that. You've got a little more that you can go back with again to try. The only thing I don't like about these is I can't wrap them up. Maybe it's just because I'm on camera. I don't know. Let's try this black fabric. I feel like this is going to leak through. Maybe not. I don't really know what this is. It's just like backing. I don't know. I know just enough to know that I don't know enough about it. I got this kind of, I think this is like a dandelion. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Catastrophe over here. I thought that would look really cool on the black. So let's try this. I'm not sure what it's going to look like because it's clear versus these have, you know, it's all color. This may be too much. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay. Smear out our glue. And we're just going to plop that down. Or could you tell I didn't get my edge over here, but that's okay. We're sticking to that, so we're gonna move over there. Got a lot going on right now. Let's see if this is ready. Oh, that's pretty good. I may leave it just a little bit longer. Where is my other fabric here? Okay. Okay. What do we want to use with this? I kind of like these ads. Let's try that. spread it first. Okay, let's let that sit for a bit and let's come back to this one. That's dry, so we're good to sit this down here. See, it picked up more. I went too fast before. That's not dry. So we'll leave that sit for a minute. But that looks really neat. I just don't know how this is going to tear since it's not like a real denim situation. I would also like to do, before I move on to the next part, I want to do this coffee one. What's this? I like it. What's this? I like it less. I don't need to know about any more financial crises. Got enough of that on the news every single day. Going to put that back on because it's a little more stringy than it was when I started, I think. Oh, that's not a good noise, sorry. Okay, make sure we've got full contact while that one dries. Let me come back to this guy. Yeah, close enough. I like it when it's patchy because I don't necessarily care for that cartoon whatever. But I do like the colors, and I do like I kind of like where it's split from where I lifted it before and then laid it back down. Now, one thing I did notice with these, my original pieces, is that the edges sometimes peeled up a little bit. I think maybe I didn't have enough glue, or I didn't have like enough contact or something. Maybe it was just like, you know, one of the little smears and not an actual like daub of glue or whatever. But a couple of the edges peeled. That one's not. This one more so. But I just went through with a little bit of Fabri-Tac, lifted the edge, and stuck it back down, and everything's fine. I like these because they're pretty flexible still. Like, I'm going to be able to bend that, and it doesn't really seem to crack a whole lot. That I just think I didn't get glued down properly. But like the rest of it, I can bend. So when it's being stored, they aren't going to be destroyed. Okay, let's see. Let me come back to this coffee one, or this ad one real quick. See what's happening here. That needs more time. Too much glue, I think. So we're going to leave that one there for a bit. This one definitely hasn't. I'm going to get this kind of cleaned up a little bit, and then I'll be right back. Okay, slightly less chaos here now. I'm going to start with the dandelions. Love that. Let's see what happens when we rip it. I don't know that this fabric can be ripped, but we're going to try. Oh, yep. For some reason, the word batting is coming to mind. Is this batting? I don't know what this is. I hate when that happens when you're just like, I think I know what this is, but I have no idea what this is. Okay. Next, let's do the ads. Oh, that came off very nicely. Okay. Going to tear this bit off. Uh-oh. Too soon to touch the image and tear. Love it. Now our coffee. That came off nicely. Uh-oh, I'm too weak. Part of it is because I'm trying not to hold on to the image, and because I don't want to wrinkle it up before it's completely, the glue's completely dried, so that's not helping. There, we've got those. That cracked, which I think is good in this case, because I think that means that it won't rip when I try and tear a piece off. Let's just try it. Probably I should have tried it on a piece of fabric that I could actually tear more easily. There she goes. Then we've got a little bit of a leaf. Love it. Okay, this is turning out even better than I thought that it would. Super happy with this. I'm not even going to try and tear this. Excuse me. To try and tear this, we're just going to cut it out. I wonder if like the edges of this can be frayed at all, or if it's not frayable because of the patch, whatever glue stuff that is on the back. Probably not. So I need to find a different fabric other than this denim patch stuff. But this is still good. Okay, so let's put these aside and let's move on to the rub-ons. I'm not going to use this denim stuff anymore for this. Get this out of here. And let's go back to this kind of ivory cream colored. What do we want to do on here? I think I want to start with this. Now, before I get too gung-ho, should I just start with one image? Just to make sure that it works okay? Probably. working. Okay, so bits of it are working, but that's not coming off. Maybe I didn't get my edges well enough. Let's see. There we go. Much better than having to mess with the glue. However, I'm not mad at the nail art stuff either. I think this is really fun. Should we do a whole sheet? I'm going to do a whole sheet. I kind of messed up in putting that where I did, but that's okay. If that's the worst thing that happens to me today, that is a pretty good day. Okay, let's see. Bingo is not coming up. I missed all kinds of spots. Oops. Okay, I'm going to work on this for a little bit and I'll be right back. Here is the grand reveal. That worked reasonably well. It took longer than I thought it would to get all of that to come loose. But now the real test. What's going to happen when I rip it? Do I want to rip this? I don't want to rip this. Oh, I'm failing at my own experiment. Let's try this one. Let's see what happens when we rip this one. Well, nothing, because I'm too weak to do it. Let's just cut this guy out. It doesn't tear quite as nicely as the other stuff. However, I do still like the end result. I kind of wish I wouldn't have rubbed off all of the edges like I did when it was peeling up kind of jaggedy. I kind of wish I would have left it like that, because I like this more than I like the straight edge. I don't know. What do you think? Let's move on to the next image. I guess probably I don't need to do anything too similar. I mean, like a similar whatever. I'm more interested in to see how this will react on whatever type of fabric this is that I don't know. Will it stick? Will it not? Probably it'll stick because that's literally what it's supposed to do. So what I think with these other fabrics, what's going to have to happen, since this doesn't tear... What? Hold on. Okay, I'm leaving that in because that was hilarious. With these, since this fabric doesn't tear, I think I'm going to have to cut it out. Uh-oh. Got hung up on one of the images. And then I'm going to try it on normal fabric. I think it'll be exactly the same as what we've experienced on the other one, but, you know, experimentation here. Okay. I'm going to do this leaf on this fabric. It's not sticking at all. Why is this not sticking at all? What's going on? Is there an extra layer? There is an extra layer. Look at Dingbat over here trying to rub something on that isn't ready to be rubbed on. Anyways, we're going to pretend like that didn't happen. Now she is aggressively smelling the carpet. What are you doing back there? This isn't wanting to come off at all. Oh. Oh no, that is a failure. I'm not even sure that's worth trying to match back. Excuse me, I have the hiccups for some reason. Match back up. Wow, look at that. It doesn't look bad, but you can't even really tell that it's a leaf. That's all that's left on the backing there. Wow, that didn't work at all. Okay, I'm glad I tried that on camera because as we're seeing, it doesn't, I guess maybe the metallic is an issue. I don't know. Let's try it on this other fabric and see if it works better. It worked great with that other rub-on. Maybe these are strictly paper rub-ons. worked all right on this. That looks pretty cool. But I can't tear this without this happening. So I will have to literally cut every single leaf off of the thing to do it. Which isn't the worst thing, but... Oop, look at that. That ruins it. Or makes it better, I guess. Let's just continue. This is an experiment. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's all distorted because the fabric stretched. Eee. Okay, so we're going to call that a 3 out of 10. Didn't want to work at all on this. What is this fabric? Where'd my thingy go? I don't know where my label went. I assumed that the this fabric was similar enough to the other, to that map fabric. So now let's try it on this. Where did my thingy go? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm losing it over here. Let's see if this works on this fabric. Have to take the backing off first. Learn from our mistakes. See, like these just like clung to the fabric. These are not wanting to really stick. That one kind of did a little bit, but not like these. Even though they weren't like technically sticking without me rubbing them, it was on there more than these metallic ones are. Could it have something to do with the age of the rub-on? I've had these for probably a couple of years already, but I can already tell this one's a little bit of a mess. Still didn't all the way come off. But that looks better. I can deal with that. That's actually kind of like the jagged edge. Let's see what happens when we tear. Does it distort it? Probably. Eee. It's okay. I almost feel like it's going to need to be sealed with something. Like it's just going to roll off. Well, guys, I'm shook. I'm like completely shocked by the results of this. I had to take a second, gather my thoughts, because I fully expected the rub-ons to be the easy, clear winner because they're literally meant to be rubbed on. But I guess maybe that's only paper, because on the fabric, they are not, at least the metallic ones, are not doing as well as my Fabri-Tac nail embellishments did. Even this tattoo, I mean, that's going to look beautiful just on like a little cluster or corner of something or whatever. I'm going to continue this experiment on my own, but I'm going to say the nail art is the winner here for me. Even this shiny dandelion one, what's going to happen when we rip it? Oh, she's not going to rip. Not really. That's more of like a glued image. It's not really going to tear, but that's okay. Even that still looks cool, and you can tell what it's supposed to be. It's not so distorted as, you know, I can't find it. It's here. here somewhere. The little corner one that we did here. I'm very surprised. See how those edges just didn't really hold on to the fabric very well. This is at least completely stuck on. I think this is kind of what I'm going for, though. It's completely on there. I'm going to keep going with these nail things because they feel like they worked way better than the rub-ons did. I don't really want to tear this because I can still easily use this without ruining the images on there. Okay, that's what I've got. If you can't tell, my brain is a little scrambled right now. I was not expecting the nail art to win, but for me, it's totally the nail art. Even these tattoos. And like this nail art kit I got off of Temu, and it was not expensive. And I got several rolls. I even bought individual rolls. They were $1 and change. This was probably a little bit more, not much. If I remember to look it up, I'll put what the cost was on the screen. Their prices, you know, vary like any site does, but you get a lot for the money. So do with that what you will. Hopefully you learned something off of this video, as I did. I'm still just like, what? What happened? What happened with this? All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would truly appreciate it. I've got some kind of more exciting Temu experiments coming up here in the future. We will talk to you later. Bye.